I just kind of wanted to get more involved and get more, I guess, into the school spirit stuff. And tryouts were coming up, so I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah, it was a really good way to get connected. But I actually want to be a professional mascot, so this is something that I want to put on my resume, and this is just the one step before my career, hopefully. I started spring 2010, 3 years ago. Seems like forever ago.
Mine was at least 2 years ago, 2011.
As I first tried out, 3 years ago and 4 years ago when I first met Raider Red, we were told that we have to have a specific personality. We're supposed to have we have a specific character that we're supposed to abide by. And we do for the most part, but a lot of us like to tweak it, And I know it's a little hard because most of our personalities, we have this talkative personalities, but whereas being in Raider Red, we have to be a mute, and that's quite different.
Zach was more of like a goofball. Like, he'd pull pranks on people, go up, hug cheerleaders, hug random girls everywhere. He pants the mascot at one of the basketball games, the other team's mascot. So I mean, he was more of like a prankster. I kind of didn't do as much of that, but I went out in the crowd. I high-fived people, took a lot of pictures, just kind of got out there. For a little bit in high school, I was in theater, and I've always kind of liked acting and stuff. And so for me, when I first got Raider Red, every time I put that costume on, it's like acting. It's like I step into another role. I'm another person, and my personality, like outside of costume, and Raider Red's personality are completely different, polar opposites. But every time I put on that costume, I know like what Raider Red is supposed to do, and I became Raider Red.
Sort of an assumption to all mascots that they're supposed to consume their identity and not tell anybody. A lot of people were surprised that Jeff and I were Red, but and then after a few seconds of thinking and watching us walk around, they were kind of like, okay, they are pretty energetic. They are trying to make people laugh, That personality does meet Raider Red's character for the last few years. Just to like walk around campus, and have a cold morning and ruin your day, but then see somebody walk past you with the Raider Red on their T-shirt. That meant a lot to me, and that was just it was a rare commodity that just is unreal to me.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of going off what he's saying, whether it's at a game or walking around campus or random appearance or whatever, you see people who are just kind of walking around minding their own business, and they get so excited to see Raider Red. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, just to be a rock star at the university and to be a celebrity is really a dream come true in some sorts. I can look to Jeff any time of the week and any time of the day and call him up and say, hey man, I need you or something, and then he'd come to me. He's a brother to me through Red, and because we've got to share blood, sweat, definitely sweat. I can't emphasize that enough. Even
the mascots that came before us, the people who were there before I got in, I've met just through random appearances or just kind of hanging out with them. And it's like Zach says, it's a fraternity. We're a very small group of people, and it's kind of fun getting to hang out with everyone else that does that.
I must have done over 300 appearances over the last 3 years. I mean, 3 years is a lot to do, and typically we get 150 each year total for the 4 of us that do it. There's been times where I've had 6 appearances in one day. There's been, 15 in a week for all of us, it's just...
And it's the hard part about that is getting the costume back and forth for everyone. We gotta. This person has to be across town in half an hour, and this person just finished. So we gotta figure out who can meet up where and take the costume, and everything else.
Yeah, for Jeff and I, for us to be seniors, we especially had little time because we're trying to wrap up these high-level courses, but at the same time trying to manage this time for Raider Red. If you had to narrow it down, my favorite appearance was just the whole Capital One competition as a whole, getting to go to Florida and getting to go to California and meeting with all these other elite mascots was really a big deal, and just to kind of interact with people that had the same kind of humor and personality as yourself it was a blast. everyone told us that we had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people voting for us. It was just kind of cool that many people cared about what you're doing. So it meant a lot to us.
The first couple football games of the year are always, 90 degrees, 100 degrees, whatever, and it's just it's so much like sweat and heat inside that costume. It's ridiculous. We have to take water breaks all the time.
There's all these people in the Jones that you look up at, and they're just like, they just instantaneously smile, and they get really excited and they want their pictures with you, and as annoying as pictures get, having to take thousands per game, it's just so cool that people just want to take that time, not to watch the game, but to come take a picture with you, get your autograph. I mean, they want a cartoon's autograph. That's pretty neat to me.
I'd say one of the things I want to miss is just all the stuff that we get to do that no one else does. As far as going on the field, or going on the court at basketball games and everything, getting to travel, getting to go in the president and the chancellor's private plane to some recruiting trips, stuff that very few people ever get to do, and it's been a blast. We've gotten so much from this experience. I don't think there's any way that we can repay it, but I think we both just kind of hope that we can take what we've been given and move on and keep growing from that and take that to the next steps of our lives.
I don't want to say goodbye.
Oh.
We're gonna see him again, hopefully. I know I'll be back.
Bad idea.